You know, when you think of space, chances are the image that pops into your head is of Saturn. It's the jewel of our solar system, right? The most iconic planet with those absolutely stunning, majestic rings. It's the very symbol of cosmic beauty. But here's a question for you. We all know what Saturn looks like from a safe distance. But what if we could actually peel back the layers? Is it really as beautiful on the inside as it is on the outside? Or is all that beauty just skin deep? Well, let's go on a journey, peel back those layers, and find out what's really going on in there. Now, to answer a question that big, we are going to need a guide. And for this incredible journey, our hero is the Cassini spacecraft. This was the very first mission dedicated entirely to exploring Saturn, its rings, and all of its fascinating moons. And what a quest it was. I mean, think about this. Cassini launched way back in 1997, spent 7 years just traveling through the solar system to get there, and finally arrived at Saturn in 2004. For the next 13 years, it sent back one unbelievable discovery after another, and it all led up to this dramatic, final plunge right into the planet itself in 2017. A 20-year mission, all to unlock the secrets of this gas giant. Okay, so here's where the story gets really interesting. Cassini's first truly jaw-dropping discoveries, they didn't come from Saturn at all. Nope, they came from two of its most mysterious moons, Titan and Enceladus. See, tucked aboard Cassini for that long journey was a partner, the European Huygens probe, and its whole mission? To detach from Cassini and make this incredibly daring dive into the thick orange smog of Titan, which is Saturn's biggest moon. Its main goal was to figure out what was going on inside that mysterious atmosphere. And what it found was, well, it was absolutely stunning. Huygens discovered this atmosphere of nitrogen and methane, where complex organic molecules, we're talking carbon-based compounds, the literal raw ingredients for life as we know it, are forming. It found a world where liquid methane rains from the sky, carving out rivers and filling up huge lakes. It was like looking at a frozen, primitive version of our own Earth from billions of years ago. And get this, Huygens became the first probe to ever land on a world in the outer solar system, just a monumental achievement. But Titan wasn't the only surprise waiting for us. Decades earlier, back in 1980, the Voyager 1 spacecraft flew by Saturn and it snapped this really intriguing picture of another moon, Enceladus. If you look really close, it kind of looks like something is erupting from its surface. But Voyager was just flying by, so it left scientists with this cosmic mystery that just sat there for 25 years. So you can bet that when Cassini finally arrived, solving this puzzle was right at the top of the to-do list. As it swooped in for a closer look at this tiny, icy moon, it set out to answer that question once and for all. What in the world was Voyager seeing all those years ago? The answer didn't just solve the mystery, it changed everything. Cassini discovered these giant plumes of water vapor erupting from cracks in the moon's icy surface, literally feeding one of Saturn's outer rings. So the mission team did something incredibly bold. They flew Cassini right through these plumes to sample them. And the analysis was shocking. It was saltwater ice. This was the smoking gun, proof of a liquid saltwater ocean hidden beneath the moon's icy shell. And even crazier, they found tiny silicate particles, the kind that on Earth only form around hydrothermal vents on the ocean floor. You know, those hot spots that are just teeming with life. Okay, so after completely rewriting the book on Saturn's moons, Cassini turned its focus to those magnificent rings. It was time to finally solve the long-standing mystery of what they're actually made of and where they came from. For the very first time, Cassini was able to get up close and take direct samples. And it confirmed what scientists had suspected. The rings aren't solid disks at all. They're this incredible celestial dance of billions of individual pieces, mostly water ice, but also dust and rock, ranging in size from little tiny grains to absolute monster boulders. So where did all this material even come from? Well, there are two main theories. The first one suggests that a big, icy moon wandered a little too close to Saturn, got ripped apart by the planet's powerful gravity, and its shattered remains became the rings. The second theory? That two of Saturn's icy moons smashed into each other, and the debris from that collision slowly spread out over millions of years to form the beautiful structures we see today. So after rewriting our understanding of the moons and the rings, Cassini's amazing mission was finally nearing its end. After 20 years in space, it was running out of fuel. It was time for the final and most daring chapter, the grand finale. And the decision for how to end it was, well, it was truly heroic. The mission team couldn't risk an out-of-control Cassini one day crashing into a world like Enceladus and contaminating its pristine ocean with Earth microbes. So they made a deliberate choice. To protect its greatest discovery, Cassini would have to sacrifice itself by plunging directly into Saturn. Even as it was falling apart in Saturn's atmosphere, Cassini was a scientist to the very end. It fought with its thrusters to keep its antenna locked onto Earth, transmitting unprecedented data from inside Saturn's atmosphere until the very last signal was lost. It literally became a part of the very planet it had studied for so long. Cassini gave us the data, but what would it actually feel like to take that plunge ourselves? Let's imagine for a second that you're geared up in an indestructible suit, following Cassini's final path. Let's take that plunge and finally answer our original question. What lies inside the heart of this gas giant? So our descent is going to take us through 5 really distinct layers. We're going to start with ammonia clouds, then drop through clouds of ammonium hydrosulfide, which smells awful, by the way, then into water ice and total darkness, before we reach this bizarre ocean of liquid metallic hydrogen, a state of matter that can only exist under the most extreme pressure. As you cross that first threshold, you enter the upper layer of ammonia clouds, and the temperature immediately plummets to a bone-chilling minus 130 degrees Celsius. The pressure here is about the same as Earth's at sea level, but trust me, it's not going to stay that way for long. As you fall deeper, you start to feel Saturn's true nature. The winds are just furious, whipping past you at over 1,700 kilometers per hour, the fastest in the entire solar system. And slowly, the sunlight from above begins to fade. You sink into an eternal twilight, and then just total darkness. Deeper and deeper you go, and the pressure becomes completely unimaginable. The hydrogen gas all around you is getting crushed so intensely that it stops being a gas and behaves like a liquid metal, swirling around you in the super hot electrically charged ocean. The pressure here is a staggering 2 million times greater than on Earth's surface. In that crushing blackness, your only source of light is the occasional, terrifying flash of mega lightning. We're talking about storms that are 100,000 times more powerful than anything we've ever experienced on Earth. Yeah, this is not a friendly place. And then finally, if you could somehow survive that metallic ocean, you would reach the very hearts of the planet, Saturn's core. It's a world perhaps twice the size of our own Earth, made of molten rock and metal, crushed under a pressure of 10 million Earth atmospheres, and heated to over 20,000 degrees Celsius. And it's here, in this impossibly hostile, crushing environment, that you would finally realize the truth. The magnificent, beautiful, serene planet we see in our telescopes is, on the inside, a place of unbelievable violence and extremes. The best place, really, the only place, to appreciate Saturn's beauty is from far, far away. In the end, Cassini taught us that Saturn's greatest secret wasn't inside the planet itself, but in the tiny icy moons orbiting it. And finding a potential habitat for life, like the ocean of Enceladus, it just raises this incredible question. What other mind-blowing secrets are still out there in our own cosmic backyard, just waiting to be discovered?